So let's take a look at this fucker here.
Alright folks, so it's come to my attention that TJ Kirk, the amazing atheist, responded to my video on why men might choose video games over women. People were saying this is a massive burn, you'll never recover. I looked at his video and he basically agrees with everything I say, but he insults me for good measure, I guess to maintain the high ground. He says that because of the joking way I start my videos, it means I can't get women, which for a guy who's been on YouTube for over 10 years, pretty lame insult. You know, I could come up with something better in a few minutes, honestly.
Maybe you could come up with something better in a few minutes, but that was off the top of the dome. I mean, when I'm doing this show, I think part of the fun of the show is to have authentic, in the moment fucking reactions to things. So while I do have to do some vetting of the videos I play, for the most part, I try to watch as little of them as possible to know whether I want them or not. So, maybe you could come up with something better in a few minutes. I'm sure you could, but could you come up with something better off the top of your fucking head? That's the real question, because that's where it was for me. Came off the top of my fucking dome, bitch.
I understand he's trying to cuck for his female audience members and for his advertisers, but I was a little...
What advertisers? What female audience members, for that matter? Yeah, I mean, I think my channel gets, 12, 13% female demographic. I mean, that's nothing. And advertisers, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Today, hell no. There's no fucking advertisers anymore. I mean, and the advertisers I do get are people who don't give a fuck. Like Vikings, War of Clans, they don't give a shit. The only thing they care is, are people watching this? All right, we'll give you money to put our ad on it. It's not like I'm fucking sponsored by Pepsi or some shit, and I gotta... And by the way, why would Pepsi want me to pick on you, even if they were my sponsor? What advertisers where the real advertising money is? Making fun of dorks on the internet. That's where we want to plaster our ad, So whatever. I'm not trying to show off for the ladies. I have a fucking girlfriend. I don't need to do that. I'm not trying to show off for fucking advertisers, which doesn't even make sense. Let's keep going.
Disappointed. Then he says that I'm like a fedora fag, which is interesting. I thought the characteristics of a fedora is you had to be kind of pudgy, have matty, unkempt, preferably blonde hair, bad personal hygiene, maybe a neck beard, and always be saying you're euphoric and supporting atheism. That doesn't really apply to me. It applies to other people. But
what people could he be talking about? Yeah, I mean, I got the fedora. I own a couple fedoras. You know what? I never had a fedora until I started getting the fedora jokes, though. But I don't even remember calling you something with a fedora, but if it wasn't because of you meeting some sort of stereotypical appearance. It was just the shit you were saying, Or more precisely, the shit I thought you were going to say in your video. Actually, in all honesty, when I selected your video, when I clicked on your video, when I chose your video, I thought you were going to be saying entirely different stuff. Like you said, we agreed on most things. I really didn't find your video overall to be that unreasonable. And you'll notice all of the personal insults, or most of them, came towards the beginning of the video when I thought I was basically strawmanning you in my mind because I haven't actually heard you yet. When I actually heard you out, I was like, oh, okay, that's what he's really about. So, honestly, I'm sorry for fucking giving you shit, because, you seem like a pretty reasonable dude, and I apologize for the shit I said. I still don't agree with everything you said, but I think it was a reasonable position. You didn't take the position I thought you were going to when I saw the title of your video and the way it opened and shit. So, my bad. I apologize. No beef. Squash the beef. Just had to say that, and we'll move on.